Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Krista with Corner Chiropractic and Laser Clinic, as well as Miss Dr. Mom. And today we are going to be doing a video that is a follow-up from yesterday's video on presence. So if you haven't watched that, please go back, because again, this is a follow-up and you really need to listen to that episode in order for you guys to understand where I'm at today. So I'm just going to do a very brief breakdown, but the last episode goes into much better detail, and then you'll have some excitement leading up to this and it'll be fantastic. So stop right now. If you haven't listened to it, go back. It's day 12 on our mindset challenge. So please do that right now. Okay, so everybody who's stayed with me this far, I hope you have, we are going to be talking about disappointment today. Now, I chose this topic because I had just done an episode on presence, and I listened to a video from Brandon Bouchard, who's an amazing guy. He's a high performance coach and he teaches people in business how to take it to the next level. Now, what is more important to take to the next level? Your business, your career, or your family life? Guys, this is way more important for you to actually spend time doing this and applying it directly to your family life. So I'm going to talk about disappointment today. Now, he talked about how disappointment is all in your mind. Most of us go through life and we think, you know, we get upset and we get disappointed about situations and things that have happened. Now, we don't look at it as we think that this is something that's very real. Well, Brandon Bouchard says no. And that really surprised me because, I've had disappointments, and I think we all have. But it's all about perception and how we view life. And what he was talking about is he says that, we have to reach the highest goal. We want to try to do everything perfect that we possibly can, but we don't end up doing things perfect because perfection is a myth. Anything that you've ever done, somebody can come by and do it better than you. Or you can do it better than yourself. And so when we strive for something, we don't strive for, perfection, but we never ever should get disappointed if we don't reach it, because nobody can actually reach perfection. So that's something that's a goal and a direction to move in. But what we need to do is we need to get present in life and say, hey, I'm really glad for where I'm at right now. And you want to practice presence. You want to be in the moment and say, I did the best I possibly could. Now, I'm going to just apply that to today. So if I went back and had to, guys, I redid this episode a few times because I kept messing it up. I kept calling a podcast. I kept saying some weird stuff in this. So what I had to do was I had to go over and over again until I felt like, okay, this lesson is satisfactory. Now, if I said, is this lesson perfect? It's not. Oh my gosh, I'm not perfect and I mess up all the time. I stumble over words. I do weird and wonderful things. In fact, I forgot to put even the light on today. So guys, if I waited to that to get this out to you, I actually would never get anything out. And I realized that when I started doing podcasting, because when I started doing podcasting, I felt, okay, this is not something that I'm going to be doing for the people that are listening. This is something I've got to do for me in order to become a better teacher and in order to stop saying all the time. So if you go back in my previous episodes, I say so much that it drives me nuts. So guys, it's not perfect, and don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for perfection in your family for you to have gratefulness and feel like you've done the best you possibly could with each moment, and live in that moment saying, hey, I'm not going to feel disappointed about this because I'm striving for perfection, but I'm great with my present circumstances and I'm great with what's happening currently. And we need to feel satisfied that what we're doing currently, we are trying to be as perfect as possible. But if we don't measure up, we should never, ever live in disappointment. That's just like an emotional myth in your mind. We don't have to live like that. So guys, what I want you to realize, and this is what Brandon was saying, is that disappointment is something that's perceived. It's not something that acts on you. It's something that happens because you're not in the right framework and you decide to live in disappointment. And I don't want that for any single person. Again, I want you guys to reach for your family goals, try to elevate your family life to the best it possibly can be, and work on that daily. Work on that daily for the rest of your life so you can leave a legacy to your kids. But you don't have to live in disappointment if you never reach those goals. You need to be happy, present, and realize that disappointment is only in your mind. It is in nobody else's mind. They love and appreciate with whatever effort you're putting in. Guys, I got so excited when my daughter gave me a rock, and it's a rock, but I realized that she spent so much time picking out the perfect rock and finding the right color. And it was something that she was giving me out of the bottom of her heart. And that's something that you can't get anywhere else. So we have to realize that even though the rock is not perfect, it's not a diamond, but the rock is perfect in that moment because of the intent that was behind it and her striving for perfection. Isn't that just amazing? And we got to realize that what happens around us in our family life is just what happens. We don't need to be disappointed about it. The things and the struggles that come in our life to create a different person. You become somebody else entirely when you go through struggles. I'm sure I'm talking to every single person because I don't know anybody that hasn't done life that hasn't had ups and downs. It's a series of ups and downs. That's just how things go. But if we're grateful and we have gratitude and we feel like we are present and living in the moment, although we're looking towards a future and aiming at something that can be attained within our present moment, but we don't expect perfection, but we move towards perfection the best way possible. Because how great is that to live the life that you want and leave a legacy for your kids. So I hope this is super helpful for every single person that's listening to this. And guys, live with passion and realize disappointment is just something that you have decided. It's an event that you've perceived that might not be really, really accurate. So you want to take disappointment, throw it out the window, and be grateful for every single moment that you possibly can, and show that to each and every family member that you have, because that leaves a legacy. So guys, if you haven't listened to the last episode, please, please, please go back, because you want to be able to understand where we're coming from when we're being present in the moment. So I hope this is helpful. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day, guys.